Video number two. Video number two is serious. This is about, it's kind of related a little bit to when I did the bullying video, but it's not. This video is about peer pressure. Peer pressure is something we all go through, we all went through in any aspect. You have to think about it. Grade school, we go through pressure because, you know, it's about friendships and stuff like that. So it's like little minor things, like if your friend has more friends than you, then, well, it's not really too much on peer pressure on that level. Middle school is when the peer pressure first starts because then for some reason kids want to act like they're really grown and then they want to try to do grown up things, not accepting the consequences for their actions. It's the same thing as high school, and even as an adult, we still get peer pressure to it. So let's expound upon the aspects of this. I'm gonna start with middle school. I had peer pressure in middle school because I didn't do a lot of things like the other kids did in middle school. Um, I was band geek, so I was band geek, kind of not by choice, but just it kind of went into it. But I like band, I like music because I used to play. I play music usually by ear. Like I can like give me a little time, but I can be able to play music by ear. And I mean, I read music. I know how to read music. It's not that hard to really read music because I used to take a music class. But I think I kind of had a little bit of a popularity on the when it came to band, but when it came to just every regular ordinary things, no, because apparently because I didn't do certain things like the girls, like I didn't dress like the girls, I didn't act like the girls, I wasn't out there like doing all this other stuff like they feel like they had to have a boyfriend thing and like they up her kissing and all of that stuff. I didn't do all of that stuff. I pretty much was pretty much a girl who stuck her head in the books, and that's pretty much what I did. My goal, my thing was like this. Sorry, my mom taught me was when I was in school to act a certain way, and when I was at home, you can act the way you do when you're at home. So that's what it was. I mean, people peer pressure was they wanted me to do the things that they did, and um, because they were like, well, you could be our friend if you did this, and there were times where I could have considered it, but then I thought, what would my mom do? Or what would my mom say in this situation? So I didn't do it. And I always pretty much was like, you're the goody goody person. And it was just like the thing. Like most of these kids, when I went to middle school, which pretty much like the kids do now, was pretty much trying to have sex, was peer pressure for that, having sex, was peer pressure to do all these other things that basically grown ups did. And just so you can fit in. And I was like, no, I don't think I could. I don't think I could really even see myself doing it, even if I had to think about what would my mom do in a situation. So it's like no, but every day, kids get peer pressure more, and sometimes we're afraid to tell our parents, like tell our parents things like that because sometimes parents will go and make a scene and go and say, well, my baby don't need to be doing this and all that stuff. But it's just like I would say, like teens, we should really sit down and talk with our parents about it because they've been there, they went through the situation. Sometimes it's worse than what you're going through, and but it really will be helpful to actually have somebody that you can talk to on them. And if you don't have a teen, I mean, not a parent to talk with or that you feel comfortable talking with, um, you can find another adult friend or go to like talk to a counselor or something that can help you because this is very important. High school is a whole big issue. It's definitely more pressure to have sex, and most of the time in high school you're not cool, and if you're a virgin, so yeah, I definitely really reaped the soul of that one, just like middle school. I think high school was just a little bit on the more of that because I didn't have a band to be in, and everybody always was. I was always thought about the goody goody kid, the kid that would never get in trouble. Then I always get talked about it. I didn't dress like the girls did, like like I was called flat chested because I didn't. So it was kind of like a bullying, peer pressure thing, and it was like like they wanted to pressure you had to have a boyfriend. If you didn't have a boyfriend, then it was like, you know, you got talked about, or you get talked about for anything that you did in high school. Like if a boy come to talk to you or something like that. This is like basically rumors. Rumors get started a lot in high school, which causes a little bit of peer pressure to do stuff. So it was like it was just like really, high school wasn't all that great, but it wasn't like that bad either, because I feel like this. I didn't let like the things get to me. I looked at it and I was like, if you want to do that, you feel like you want to waste your time doing that, then that's fine. But I had my mom, so my mom helped me to deal with some peer pressure issues. You know, there was peer pressure to um just like the little typical thing, teenage drinking, drugs. Probably, well, I didn't really have the pressure to do drugs. I had peer pressure to smoke, and it's like they wanted, just like, it's cool if you did. I didn't see the concept of it, not because of the fact that it could cause cancer. It's just I didn't really see the point of smoking a cigarette. It didn't really tickle my fancy. You know, I mean, there were times where I thought it looked cool, and that was like really middle school, because believe it or not, those kids were smoking in middle school when I went to it. I was like, wow. And there were kids that got caught having sex, and it was just like, this. I just feel like this. With peer pressure is really serious like now, and then we really need to buckle down, because peer pressure kind of turns into bullying, and it's just like, it's just so hard nowadays, because some kids don't have anybody to talk to, and have anybody to like to help them on how to handle the situation or deal with the situation. Even though some of those have parents, they just feel like they don't have anybody. They still feel like, how can they talk to their parent to do this? So it's just like, and it's just us parents have to just be there for the kids. When they get up towards that age, it's time to start talking. Don't hinder it and say, well, you know, I can wait a little bit. Never wait till it, because you never know. They could be dealing with that stuff now, and if you're not really talking to the kid, something else could happen and everything like that. So the thing is, you want to be able to have your kid to openly talk to you. Like, there were some times where I felt like I was a little bit nervous to talk to my mom about things, but I was glad to have her there. So my mom was my best friend, and I know some of you guys, some people probably thinking, no, 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 I can't talk to my mom, you know, but you never know until you try. Just that one time, just to have a serious conversation, no one arguing, anything like that. Now, adult peer pressure is more of a, I like to call, keeping up with the Joneses. Everybody everybody has a friend of somebody that has like a lot much cooler things than you have. And then that makes you feel like you have to try to one up the person. And I feel like this, pressuring yourself to try to do something, it's like peer pressure is like all different types to me. It's sort of like bullying, forcing someone to try to think that's cool to get this because, or do this because you did it, and all the cool kids are doing it, or all the cool adults are doing it. No, it's not. I mean, if you're losing who you are, or losing being true to yourself, then I feel like this. Don't do it. I mean, I like a lot of other things. People, because you don't want to live in regrets. And trust me, I have some regrets that I wish I could take back. And I'm like that, and it wasn't like really anything like peer pressure from school and stuff like that, or having sex and stuff like that. So it's like, just, you don't really want to do anything to further yourself from being peer pressured to doing something, or being peer pressured to do something. But like this, if you feel like you're being peer, just say no. Because if you're getting to that point where someone peer pressure telling you, well, you should do this, man, it's cool, everybody's doing it. If you don't do it, you're gonna be uncool. And if you are really uncomfortable with doing it, don't do it. I suggest you don't do it. Talk to somebody, and to there's ways to handling peer pressure. People are gonna always tell people are gonna always try to tell you that this is cool and stuff like. Even as an adult, just certain things, that we see, like people as adults getting all these cool things or cool items in their houses and stuff like that. Is trying to keep up with them. You're gonna put yourself into a being broke or bankruptcy or worse, homeless. So stay within your means as an adult, and then when you're a teenager, if you don't feel comfortable doing something, don't do it. And that's pretty much just what it is. A lot of people nowadays try to tell somebody that it's cool to do this and it's cool to do that, and it's really not. It's not that cool. And I don't know. I mean, I had more ideas of talking about this. I just wanted to be like this. If you're being pressured and you feel like you're being pressured to do something and you're not comfortable with, I suggest you definitely talk to somebody about it, because it's very important that you have somebody to talk to deal with the situation, because we all been through it, peer pressure and stuff like that. You know, peer pressure to smoke, peer pressure to um peer pressure involved peer pressure for sex, peer pressure to like do stuff where you're not really comfortable with, when some guy touches you or something like that. You know, talk to somebody, tell somebody. Don't be afraid to, because everyone finds somebody. Talk to a guidance counselor at school. Talk to your parents. This would be the main thing I would say to do anyway, because I mean, if you did something that you're not that proud of, you shouldn't be. Don't be afraid to talk to your parents, because they may be mad at you because you did it, but they're gonna be there to help you. And that's the one thing you really want to learn about for it. Peer pressure is definitely more and more strongest thing. And it's like I said, people pressure you to tell you to do things, and you're like, no, I don't want to do it. They're gonna keep doing it, doing it, doing it. It's gonna turn into some kind of bullying thing, because for some reason, it's worse than people stereotyping you into these stupid labels that they get in high school. The geek, the jock, the nerd, and all of this stuff. We all the same person. Everybody's trying to fit in, try to belong. Calling someone, I hate the labels. Loner and things like that. Dude, instead of labeling somebody, get to know the person. You be surprised what you have in common with them, instead of just saying this person is this and this person is that. That would really tick me off. It's just worse than negative people. Instead of sitting there and thinking all the stuff that this person didn't do, or how uncool this person is, get to know. Oh, oh, sorry. Get to know them. There are people too that have feelings and stuff like that. Um, People who just always gotta feel like they gotta talk to about somebody and call them names and stuff like that, and just be like, well, so and so is a loser because they wouldn't go and smoke, or this person not a smoker. Yeah, I got talked about for not smoking. And you know what? I don't care. I'd rather get talked about for not smoking than to smoke and smoke when I don't want to. Why put that kind of thing on me? I rather be what they call a loser, or be what they call like lame or worse, than to just sit there and think, just to participate in something because it's cool, because it's not cool. It's not gonna get you anywhere. So this video is not exactly, like I said, the way I would want it to be, but it still points some viewpoints of stuff to really talk about. Just like with bullying, if you're being bullied or being peer pressured, you really should find someone to talk to. There's hotlines out there. There's then there's people to talk to, and the main number one people in your life, and that's your parents. Or if you're not really comfortable, if you got a cool aunt that you can talk with, or a comfortable talking with, or uncle to talk with them. They're there to help. I would say though, if they talk to your parents, don't be mad at them. They're only trying to help you, and they do it out of love. So, with that being said, I'm gonna end this video here, and I hope you guys really, really take this to stride of the videos that has been posted today. The one about negative people, and this video here about peer pressure. So I feel like this, don't pressure yourself. Especially peer pressure for adults, it definitely is, you know, as you get to that point of getting older, you feel like you have to be in a relationship, you know, let that happen in its own time. Don't let things get to you where it's going to like affect you. Relationship will happen in its own time. And if you need more information on how to get a relationship, I have the how to get the guy or girl you're interested in, part 1 and 2, and how to get the date. And I think there's another one. So, like I said, peer pressure. We can all come if we all come together and help each other out. We can kind of overcome the whole aspect of people dealing with peer pressure and dealing with bullying and those who anything else. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. I'm sorry that it's not as what I thought it was going to be, but I still feel like as long as I focused on the points in the matter, then that's cool. So thank you for watching the video. It means a lot. So comment below if you have any other things, tactics, well not tactics, anything you want to add to it. And I appreciate it. I definitely will. I do respond to everyone's comments. So with that being said, you guys enjoy Friday and go Cardinals!